Welcome aboard the Trinity 122-foot Mary P. She is a custom-built sport fishing yacht. Very quickly, some of the unique features of this boat is that while she was custom designed and built for a very experienced couple, she is the only yacht of this size that is full ABS classed. Most sport fishing vessels are not classed. This boat has watertight compartments. The plans were reviewed by ABS before construction, and then during construction, ABS came out and reviewed the construction of the vessel. This ensures the quality of the engineering and the quality of the build. She's a 25-knot vessel with a long-range cruise of close to 4,000 miles at displacement speeds. With her 24-foot beam and her quantum MAGLift stabilization, she has stabilizers while at speed and also at anchor or when fishing. The transom has a reverse chine to it so that she can back at 10 knots before the water comes over the covering boards of the transom. That was again designed from the beginning, knowing that she was going to be fished very hard. The idea was that we needed to make sure that she could back quickly on a fish. With her bow thruster, her twin 3512 Caterpillar engines, she's very agile for a boat of this size. The other thing about the boat, of course, is the extreme endurance. She has fished for over 30 days without reprovisioning, something that is very unusual. This boat was truly designed to fish long distances in areas that few people have ever fished and do it safely and comfortably. She is still with the original owner and she has never chartered. She is now offered for sale through Merrill Wood Associates. So in the cockpit of the Mary P, there's tons of custom features. Probably one of the most significant features is the hydraulically operated fighting chair, which swivels and articulates, and it's done by a handheld remote control that the mate, the skipper, whoever can control. It enables the angler to get into the corners of the boat. Due to the fact that the boat's 24 feet of beam, it was very important to be able to fish the corners and not have the line drag across the transom. So the hydraulically powered fighting chair is one thing. We have toe kicks port and starboard, which is great for when you're handling these big fish. But the toe kicks also hide the ABS free-in ports. So these are oversized free-in ports, so if you're backing hard and water's coming over the transom, it'll go out the side free-in ports and not try and go out of the transom. You have, of course, numerous rod holders, bait prep station. You have a barbecue pit that slides out. You have a 600-pound ice machine. There are 2 live wells that also can put the tuna tubes in if you're fishing fishing for black marlin or really big blue marlin. The capstans are located high in the corners so that they're out of the way and the crew can handle a boat of this size when they're trying to land it. The cockpit is a painted white non-skid that is for comfort and ease of maintenance, and it's very cool on bare feet, much cooler than a teak cockpit would be. There are no teak covering boards. Again, that is a maintenance issue, and it's easy to maintain, to clean, and it was an owner preference. If somebody wanted to put covering boards on, it can be easily done. The cockpit also has deck drains, small deck drains for when you're washing the boat down to keep the sides of the boat clean. The deck drains will do that. Big water will go out the free-in ports. So we have storage, port and starboard, and then you have the 6-dog watertight door that goes into the crew area and then forward of that into the engine room. As the boat is an ABS class vessel, she has 4 watertight bulkheads. We're now on the exterior main deck of the Mary P. This This is the area that is most used on the exterior of the boat. It's designed for being in the shade, being comfortable, yet still being able to watch what's going on in the wake when you're fishing, whether it's live baiting or trolling. You'll notice in the corners up top, those are air conditioning vents. So when it's a very hot day, you can dump air out here and still be comfortable. The boat also has misters, freshwater misters up top. It has lighting for at night. It has the security camera, a couple of safety features, emergency pulls for the vents to shut the galley vent down. This boat also is equipped where you could do an emergency shutdown of the engine room, shut all the vents, the fans off in the case of fire, and discharge the CO2 system. So powered sliding doors to go in and out. Besides being convenient, it's a safety feature. These doors won't slide by themselves if the boat is rolling in a seaway. Aft you have the table with the 6 bar stools. Again, so your guests can be sitting in the shade, looking aft, watching what's going on in the baits or in the wake of the boat. You have your stainless and Delrin stairs up to the aft bridge deck. And this opening does have a full hard cover that slides shut. So if it's raining, this deck stays very dry. Some of the features on the Mary P that are unique to this boat as a sport fishing yacht is you'll notice the elevator bulwarks. These are for safety. It keeps you from sliding under the rail in the rough sea. Also reduces the height of the handrails, which are stainless, and it makes them stronger because they're not quite as high. They don't have that soft feeling when you grab onto them. The handrails are isolated because they're stainless, are isolated from the aluminum with Delrin. The other features on this design, this foredeck, you'll notice there are escape hatches. These are required by ABS. They're elevated so that the water will wash around them, not through the hatches themselves. You have a 3,500-pound davit crane. The boat carries a 17-foot Boston whaler. It can carry up to a 20-something foot boat if the new owner would want that. You have deck lockers for all your deck gear. You've got a 4-peak hatch that's waterproof. You also have storage in the forward part of the main cabin. So this is where all your storage takes place for your deck gear, fenders, lines, etc. One of the features of the design is that the cleats for the port and starboard side, your spring cleats, are mounted off the deck, recessed into the bulwarks. The windlass system is designed to handle 2 anchors. Typically they'll carry a CQR Bruce and a Fortress anchor. The other thing that the bulwarks do for this vessel is it keeps wash water and rainwater from going over the side of the boat and giving that streaked look to the hulls. It really reduces the maintenance for the crew. So the rainwater or the wash water stays on the deck, it goes down the side decks and into the side drains. It's really a benefit for the crew, and again, it's a safety issue that you cannot slide under. So on the open fly bridge, we have misters in the overhead, and of course we've got seating for at least 10 people up here, not counting the skipper and co-skipper or the skipper and mate, whoever's operating the boat. Most importantly from a fishing standpoint is from the helm's chair, you can see the angler in the fighting chair, and you can see both corners of the cockpit and 2/3 of the cockpit. You can also see the bow of the boat from this helm station. This was all by design, and it was a process during the design of the boat. It was one of the design points that the owner wanted to make sure that we met. So we're now in the main salon, and some of the features of this salon is it was truly designed for the family and guests to enjoy. The carpet is one-piece Marlin motif carpet. It has the oversized windows that come all the way down almost to the back of the sofas, the idea being that you can sit down and see out of the boat. The This boat fishes in very exotic locations, and the scenery is spectacular, so why not be able to take advantage of it? It has a large screen TV. The stairs leading up to the Sky Lounge are open stairs. Again, no blockage of views. The powered sliding doors are full height glass, and that enables you to see what's going on the aft main deck, and also if there's anything going on in the wake of the boat. The ceiling has got reliefs, it's got the built-in air conditioning, the oversized air conditioning vents. The reason they're oversized is that we want to be able to dump a lot of air conditioning into this area. And by oversizing the vents, it reduces the velocity, which in turn reduces the noise levels. So that's a design point that we had to do on most of these boats that are going to be in the tropics. So the galley of Mary P was designed specifically by the owner and his wife to entertain their family and guests. They opted for below-counter refrigerators, all the sub-zero drawers. There's a massive amount of refrigeration in the galley, and then there's also a walk-in freezer in the pantry. This boat has stayed on generator and not provisioned for excess of 30 days when fishing down in Panama. So the countertops all have fiddles for just safety and seakeeping. It has the island, the double sink, the disposal, convection oven, microwave. Opposite the galley is a settee that seats 7 people, and there's additional 2 bar stools at the pass-through. The walk-in pantry is great for provisioning the boat and doing extended voyaging. Again, with this galley and the fuel capacity of the boat, she can stay for over a month without going back for fuel or food or fresh water provisioning at all. For one of the very few boats that can truly fish for that extended amount of time and be self-sufficient without any support vessels or anything else. This is the master stateroom, which is full beam. It has a queen-size berth. There is storage beneath the berth. There is drawers both sides. There's a vanity for her. There's a walk-in closet, large screen TV, the custom overhead. Everything in the boat was designed, again, specifically for this one vessel. And the attention to detail was such that the owner requested a switch by the bedside to turn on the espresso machine, so that in the morning he could hit the button, and by the time he got up top, his espresso was ready. It's a small point, but it just shows that level of detail and attention that went into the original design and execution of this build. One of the most amazing features on this boat is the master bath. It was, again, the master bath is full beam, and it serves as a buffer between the engine room and the master stateroom from a noise standpoint. Anything really helps reduce any mechanical noises coming out of the engine room. The master bath is so unique. When you take a look at it, it is designed to walk through the shower and then into the oversized tub, which is the effect in the evening is like you're underwater in some sort of grotto. It's spectacular. We've never done anything like this before or since, as far as a master bath with this much etched glass. And everybody that sees the boat is shocked to see this type of luxury on a sport fishing vessel. We're in the forward guest cabin down below. As you can see, this vessel, while it is a sport fishing boat, it is a true yacht in every sense of the word. It just has the added advantage of that it can fish anywhere in the world with the best of them. So the VIP cabin has its own bath. Every cabin has an in-suite bath, and every cabin in the bath has a separate style shower with a seat. That's for safety reasons, it's for comfort. It just makes sense if you have the space to put a seat in the style showers. This cabin has, as you can see, the custom etched glass. The boat has etched glass throughout, particularly the master. So all of this was designed by Judy Bell Davis in Seattle, Washington. All of the interior doors are gasketed. That is for noise reduction. And then, of course, every cabin has their own climate control systems. Everybody can set their air conditioning to whatever level they find most comfortable. So we're in the pilot house. This is the aft portion of the pilot house, which basically doubles as a sky lounge. There's a large screen TV. Again, the wraparound windows, they're all very low, so you've got great sight lines. There's even a very discreet day head up here that you don't notice until you pull all the curtains down, and it's in the aft port corner. But this pilot house is used quite a bit at night. It gives you good separation. If somebody wants to look at something up here or be a little bit more private, they can come up here, watch a different TV than somebody down below, but it just gives you great separation. It creates a tri-deck yacht out of this sport fishing vessel, which is very unusual, and it's a very nice feature to have. And in bad weather, you're inside. It's just like you're on a motor yacht. When you're fishing, or if you want to run the boat from up top in nice weather, you have the open bridge. Both stations are fully equipped with all their electronics. Okay, we're on the exterior bridge deck of the Mary P. So this area's got some built-in storage on the exterior. It's got the powered sliding door into the upper salon wheelhouse. It has the port side wing station, which is very important. So when the captain's coming along port side too, he can use this fully functional wing station, and he can see the entire port side of the boat, making sure lines are secured or lines have been released properly, everything's clear. If he needs to go starboard side too, he would go down one deck to the exterior bridge deck, and that station is on the starboard side. The other thing this deck has is, of course, it has lights and everything, has a storage. But one of the things you'll notice on the boat is the lack of exterior teak. This boat is stainless and paint. There's no exterior teak on this boat, and that's by design to minimize the maintenance and to let the crew focus more on keeping the interior up and keeping the fishing activities solid versus varnishing and taking care of teak. Thank you for spending the time to learn a little bit about this very unique and fabulous vessel.